Hi, everybody. Madeline Parker here. I wanted to take a look at the astrology the minute and second the sun moves into Capricorn. Even though that is not technically the new astrological year, it is a new cycle for the sun because it comes out of its darkest period and then it starts to move into light. So that is the initiation of a new cycle for the sun. And in astrology, like your birth chart, you pull a chart for the minute that you were born, and that is the blueprint. So you can do the same for the year, a solar return chart for the year. You can also do it for your birth chart. So if you want a solar return chart, do hit me up. I love to do that. But I'm going to look at the solar return chart for the year ahead in this solar cycle, 24 to 2025. All right, so I'm going to share the chart. And what I'm really highlighting here are the squares that are happening. I'm not going to do all the other transits today, but I'll do another one and look at those. But basically, we have the sun, the most important, we're looking at a solar cycle, an annual solar cycle here. So at the initiation of this solar cycle, we're going to see a square to the nodes, which is like, which basically indicates a year of. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the whole year is going to be tough, the entire year, but when you have a square to the nodes, squares are energies of frustration, anger, resistant, but the sun represents our ego or what we thought, and the nodes represent our destiny, and we're about to shift the nodes into Pisces. So we're wrapping something up here. We're wrapping up a 18-year cycle in the Aries Libra axis, which is ourselves versus another person, which is selfishness or overgiving or being too much in your own direction and not balancing or not harmonizing or seeking harmony with the other opposite. Or if you're seeking too much, working too hard for your relationship, giving too much to the relationship. So that is a polarity that's fixing in our lives right now. And at the minute that the sun moves into Capricorn, that lesson is going to show up either in a continued way that a cycle has been happening, a karmic cycle that's been happening that we have not finished. It will show up so that we finish it. So it can come up as stress or frustration, but but with a square there, it ends as sort of it ends this journey. It resolves it. So this year will be a resolve. We'll see the fruits and the resolve of having ended a selfish way of operating in a relationship and letting go of even over giving in a relationship is selfish too, because you're doing it, people don't know it, but they're doing it for their own selfish reasons, to attach or to hold on or to feel safe in the relationship. So basically we're releasing all of that. So because it's out of, shall we say, energetic harmony. It's not a higher vibrational frequency, which means it's fear-based behavior, which is blocking us from our destiny. So with the sun this year, we're going to literally be releasing these selfish ways of operating that are not in harmonic, that are not conducive to our destiny, because it's getting in the way of relationships that is part of our destiny. So this will be the year that we see the big shifts and changes in relationships. A lot of relationships are really, that I do reads for, are starting to shift. People are leaving more karmic relationships. Part of the sky where the south node is releasing false relationships. When the nodes are involved, when we're getting a shift in the nodes, we're shifting to our more authentic destiny. We're going to be into our more authentic relationships. A lot of times that we operate out of sync in relationships because they're not the right relationships. So you have to work hard extra to create a connection, or you're not interested genuinely in the relationship. So you're outward, your Aries energy and your focus is outward. So in this cycle, this annual cycle of the sun, going all the way around again until we meet again next year at this particular position, by this time next year, you're going to see a big shift in relationships, And in the giving too much or being too selfish dynamic in our relationship, somehow and here's the big thing, is what we discover is that to create the right relationship balance, as it were, in these dynamics of selfish and giving too much, when you're in the right relationship, that is just a natural balance that just occurs, where each person, they're the one that might be more selfish, learning that is genuinely interested in this relationship because it's the right relationship. So you don't have to fake it, you don't have to force it. And then you can let go of working too hard, the Libra side, where you're working too hard for the relationship. You don't have to work that hard. When a relationship is right and it's true love, it holds. So we're shifting to the awareness that we don't have to operate in a karmic way when we're in the true aligned destiny aligned relationship, because that's what's going to happen in this year. We're going to release things that are out, that are not part of the future destiny of our charts and our life, basically. So that was just looking at the nodes being squared by the sun. We're going to see a shift in our destiny, shift in our directions, because we've learned how to balance this we've learned how to give and take and not resent the other for not giving enough, or someone giving too much and then the other one taking the other one for granted. So now it shifts to everyone. The nodes being in Aries means we are supposed to be selfish, but not to the point at detriment to the relationship, but so that we are happy in the relationship. And then when you're in the right relationship, you energetically are present anyway. You don't have to do anything different to make that happen. So we're shifting into our authentic relationships. We're shifting into our authentic true destinies. And this year, we're going to see a lot of shifts playing out in the relationship axis of our birth charts. All right. Hope that was helpful. Namaste.